All right, so my video cut off. I had done about a minute 40 of video and it cut off. So I'll start all over. I'll get money. We're gonna talk. Well, this was so fluid, it kind of ruins it, but I'll repeat it a little bit. I started the video off like so. We're gonna talk about money. You know what I mean? And then it retracted me or directed me to an old thought that when I robbed the bank and the bank manager put the money in my hand, I didn't say, I demand you give me 2,345. Dude, all the testimony they made was bullshit. There was no witnesses or that came forward. No witnesses came forward. The testimony they made up, because I was there, obviously. I robbed the bank, and I know that they lied about all that. They just made up everything on the testimony. The police has no integrity in this place. They have no integrity whatsoever. And they'll let guys off, by the way. There are guys that just let off, but they don't let me off. Anyways, when he put money in my hand initially, I simply said to him, money. I went, money, man, money. You know what I mean? Just the way I was just really into it. You know what I mean? He put the money in my hand and he said, yeah, whatever. And that was done. But anyway, that's why it came to my mind. Money, man, money. It came into my mind. Obviously, I would never do that again. At that time, I had nothing going for me. I had everything going against me. I was in desperate times. I don't mean for money. I was just in desperate times because I was being treated totally like shit. You know what I mean? And everybody was turning, the same people that I was protecting, the same people that I was pretty much standing up for are the ones that screwed me over. You know what I mean? I mean, there were people coming to me and there were these guys. I didn't know much about their lives. I didn't know them well at all. And I had people come up to me. I had a woman come up and I told the woman to just, stay away from us. Just stay away from this place. Because she came up to me and she was trying to get, she wanted one of her buddies to bang one of these guys' girlfriends and a couple of their girlfriends. That's what they were trying to do. And I'm there backing their shit up. And what do? They say he's nuts for doing that because they have too much of an ego and they feel like they should be the ones doing it maybe, but their girlfriends are getting, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was doing it just purely based on principle, whatever I was doing. And it was just getting embarrassing. Like the situation was just getting ridiculous. And at the end of the day, my situation was getting worse. You know what I mean? They were just trying to screw me. Dude, I never had become so angry. I went to a job, right? And they're like, yeah, it's just an interview. And then they're like, we're going to do it for like 5 hours. It's going to be a group interview, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to stay for it. No, just stay for it. No, I'm not going to stay for it. No, you'll get it. Trust me, you'll get it. At the end, it gives me a little, yeah, don't worry, you'll get it. You'll get it. You know what I mean? And then I get this thought. I'm like, dude, what if they're lying to me? And they say to me, back then I didn't have much sense. I was like, what if they're lying to me and they're just going to bullshit me? And I traveled all the way down here to get this job and they just screwing with me. So I say, I'd like to wait. They said, no, don't worry, we'll give you a call to confirm it. Because I was ready, because for them lying to me, I was ready to just grab chairs and just, I don't know what, I was just really about to like give it to them. I went home and they didn't call me, right? And it was all bullshit. So I became very upset. You know what I mean? And this was just a repetitive thing. People were just screwing with me all around. And I was like, I'm not used to being screwed around with, like nobody ever really screwed around. Even at the airport, like that was different. They thought that I was either dealing or transporting narcotics. That's a different situation. I looked like I was transporting narcotics. I did look like it, and to be very honest, I had thought about it, but I didn't go with the thought. I had thought about it. I was like, dude, I can make a pretty little buck. But I didn't go through with it because I just didn't feel comfortable. It was my first time traveling there, and it would have been stupid if I would have gotten caught. So I didn't do that. But that was a different situation. And then I land here, and things aren't that bad. I'm still working, and things are going on, but I don't know what's going on. It's like people are just playing a game with me. Every time I go to a new job, they're fucking with me. Like I'm like my whole life was being just fucked with, from behind my back. You know, it was like people started, and this is so it used to be the opposite. People used to express themselves to my face, and they used to do nothing to me behind my back. But they would tell me whatever they thought in my face. Like, dude, indirectly they'd make fun of me. They talk shit about me, even at work and things like that. And guys would talk shit about me all the time. Well, that's a different. But they would typically, this guy is, oh man, he did something so stupid the other day. Oh, you wouldn't believe how stupid he is. This was typically the thing. But they would openly talk shit about me. And either I would usually, the only way I know how to deal with that, I was just at level one. I just knew how to talk shit back, basically, and throw it back at them. But nobody ever went behind my back. You know what I mean? Nobody was going. People were going to my face to try to aggravate, or to get me fired or something like that. Like that stuff happened, but nobody was going behind my back to like screw me over like that. They might go behind my back if they're like, man, he's not taking enough shifts, or I wanted him to take this shift, he's not taking my shift, and I need it, and no one else is gonna take it. You know what I mean? That kind of situation. But nobody was going behind my back or like that personally. So, when I came back, it just got worse, month after month after month, and eventually I had been treated so bad, like it was ridiculous the way they were treating me. It was crazy the way they were treating me. And I lost. Well, I won't say I lost it. I formulated a plan and I put it into motion. And that's all it was. And I robbed the bank. About I go to jail and I start seeing guys who are actually, or I see one guy who actually has made some money for himself apparently. Apparently he's supposed to be a rich guy and everything. Everybody talks about how much money he has. So that's when I first start seeing that from jail. I started seeing that in jail. It was just one man in particular. He was an older man. Apparently he was making a lot of money and he had houses and they were very nice houses and everything. But anyways, yeah. And then later on, I started communicating with people who, they don't even think about money. You know what I mean? Like money is just there. It's not a thought to think about money. You know what I mean? You're thinking more about your respect. You're thinking more about somebody's fucking with you. You're thinking more about what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? You're thinking more about having a good time. You're thinking about going to a party. You know what I mean? Just that kind of thing. So that shifted. And then ultimately, I actually met with other, and then I started meeting more people, and I met people in person who were also rich and stuff, had some influence, and all that stuff. And it was cool to meet up with people like that. Prior to this final incarceration, I had my, I finally started meeting people who were rich, basically. And, it didn't make me rich, obviously, but I come into this thinking that, man, this shit is bad. Now, I'll tell you, I had learned positive thinking a long time ago from that self-development shit, and that's all I had left. So I said, what I gotta do is I gotta think positive and eliminate the negative thoughts. That was the first step I took. I said, I gotta train myself and discipline myself to think positive and get out of the negative. And I really practiced that well for a while, and then I ditched that, and I said, okay, now I gotta start using this time to come up with, because this situation and this environment is uncanny, I gotta come up with like uncanny ideas. I gotta think uncanny. I gotta think on a perspective that people don't think of, a unique perspective that's my own, and I gotta start creating. And believe me, I started doing phenomenally. I couldn't believe the leaps I was making in just a few days. 1 week, 2 weeks, it was incredible. I really started pushing. But it was a transition. But it started from where it started from was, no matter how bad it is, eliminate all negative thoughts, keep positive. Right? Kept that for as much of time till I could branch into something else. Then I would leave that behind. Because that's not really realistic. You have to think negative thoughts, by the way. You have to. You need negative thoughts. You know what I mean? You should limit them, but you still need them. But anyways, I moved on, and at this point, I'm very happy with where I am. I really think I could easily be capable of going legit, taking care of my business, any political issues or any issues I have in society or in community or personally, whatever it is, work, business, fun life, whatever it is, I feel like I can deal with it. You know what I mean? I feel like I can deal with it. I can manage a successful, legitimate life and everything. And I can manage like my own lifestyle situations and everything. I feel like I'm mature enough. I feel like I'm strong enough. I feel like I've grown enough to do that. And not only that, but I feel like it's easy. Before it would have been hard, but after I had broken that shell and I gained that presence and I had moved forward with my life, I realized that, wow, like as talented as I was, and now being able to grow, I'm like, dude, that's a piece of cake. With how good I am, I mean, I'm gonna get there, man. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna get. Look, I already have a multi-million-dollar net worth, and yeah, I mean, and it is that amount. I mean, the amount that I get. I'm not gonna talk about that, okay? But that's done. You know what I mean? I got that. I got that 1%er notice. You know what I mean? And to this day, my name is put with 1%ers. And that was never the case before, man. Never, not in that way, not so clearly, with clarity, that I'm put with the 1%. Got the 1%, got the money, got changing and growing at a higher level now, in every way. You know what I mean? And you know, ah, and I feel good. Anyways, listen. Anyway, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post this up, and I'm gonna come back with the second part.